A lot of priests in the church are struggling right now. There was a survey done recently by a group called the Catholic Project, and they found that in their interviews of over 10,000 American priests, that priests were not doing so well. They found that 45% of them, that's almost half, were experiencing at least one symptom of ministry burnout, and many of them were experiencing far more. And this was coming because of a lot of different reasons. It was like these priests were being shot at from all these different angles. A lot of the priests reported that they were feeling overwhelmed, overworked, not able to keep up with the busyness of the parish, because as the number of priests goes down, the number of work stays the same. And I can just tell you that one of my classmates, when I was leaving seminary, one of the classmates who was ordained with me, he was talking about how it was not uncommon in his diocese for a brand new priest, fresh out of seminary, to be assigned a whole parish to look after by himself. Can you imagine coming right out of school and being like, okay, here's your parish? But he then went on to say that it was not unlikely that a fresh priest right out of seminary would be given up to 3 parishes to run all by himself, which is not sustainable at all. A lot of priests also suffer from isolation. They don't get married, so they don't live with families, and many of them don't even live with other priests, and so they find themselves very lonely and feeling profoundly isolated from others because they're not able to talk about their experiences of priesthood. And then on top of this, many priests are experiencing spiritual dryness because they're so overworked at the parish, they're so busy, they feel so isolated that they don't think that they have enough time to prioritize their relationship with God. They stop praying, and as a result of that spiritual dryness, it's like this pit that just keeps taking them further down. And then as the cherry on top of this cake of priest burnout is the fact that in many seminaries, most priests don't get much leadership training. So they aren't taught how to actually manage a parish, the nuts and bolts of what it takes to equip and lead a team. They know maybe a lot about scripture, a lot about theology, a lot about the faith, which is of course very necessary, but they aren't being trained to be leaders. And so ultimately this is leading to basically a recipe for disaster.